They ditched me at the damn airport with nothing but my purse and the clothes on my back. No suitcase. No return ticket. Just me standin' there in Terminal B at DFW like a deer caught in the headlights of a semi-truck doing 90. I'm Evelyn Harper, 68 years old, 3 months widowed, and watchin' my own son David and his plastic-perfect wife Sarah disappear through security like I was some stray dog they'd accidentally fed once and now couldn't shake. Sarah turned around just long enough to give me that syrupy sweet smile that never reached her eyes. "You'll figure it out, Evelyn," she said, voice drippin' honey and venom in equal measure. "You've got your phone, right? Call an Uber. Or pawn that necklace. Greyhound's cheap these days." David didn't even have the guts to look at me. Just adjusted his stupid Ray-Bans, shifted his backpack and kept walking. My baby boy, the one I carried for 9 months, pushed out with no epidural, and rocked through every fever, every heartbreak, every damn thing life threw at him. Didn't say a word. Didn't slow down. Just left me standing there like a used-up receipt they couldn't be bothered to toss in the trash. I stood in that spot so long some little girl in pink cowboy boots tugged her mama's sleeve and asked, "Why's that old lady looking lost?" Sweetheart, I wasn't lost. I was finally seeing clear for the first time in years. They never bought me a round-trip ticket. Never planned to bring me home. I was the toll they paid so they could sit up front sippin' mimosas and postin' #FamilyVoca on Instagram while I got left holding the bag, except they took my damn bag too. But something snapped inside me right then. Not broke, snapped. Like a rubber band pulled too tight, finally letting go and stinging the hell out of the hand that stretched it. I felt Henry's voice in my head, low and slow like Sunday morning coffee on the porch. "Evie girl, you're tougher than boot leather and twice as mean when somebody crosses you." So I got mean. I dug that old business card out of my billfold, the one Henry made me carry the day we signed our wills. Ellis Ramsey, attorney at law. Henry's poker buddy who'd lost more money to my husband than he ever won back. I hit call before the tears could start. "Ellis," I said when he picked up. "It's Evelyn Harper." "Henry's Evelyn. I need to change my will. Like right now. Today." He didn't ask a single stupid question. Just said, "Get your tail downtown, darlin'. Doors open and the coffee's fresh." I still had the run like hell money Henry and me been stuffin' in a Folgers can behind the flour for 20 years. $1,400 in 20s and 50s. "Just in case one of us ever needs to disappear fast," he'd said with that half grin. Turns out today was my disappearin' day. Cab smelled like pine tree air freshener and old fries. Driver had the radio crankin', George Strait singin', about Amarillo by mornin'. I stared out the window watchin' Texas slide by. Strip malls, gas stations, billboards for personal injury lawyers, and realized I wasn't cryin'. I was pissed. Good and pissed. The kind that lights a fire under your ass and keeps it burnin' till the job's done. Ellis met me at the door himself. Hugged me like he used to hug Henry after losing $50 and 3 cigars. I let myself ugly cry for about 30 seconds, then dried it up and got down to business. 2 hours later, every damn thing we'd busted our asses for was gone from David's name. The house I'd scrubbed on my hands and knees for 45 years. The 5 acres Henry's daddy left us. The savings we lived on bologna sandwiches and store-brand cereal to build. The life insurance Henry paid into for 35 years thinkin' he was taking care of his family. I left it all to Silver Horizons, an outfit that keeps old women from getting screwed over by their own kids. Housing, legal help, somebody to hold your hand when the people who are supposed to love you decide you're more useful as an ATM than a mama. I wrote a letter to go with it. Took me 20 minutes and 3 cups of Ellis's terrible coffee, but I got it right. If you're reading this, sugar, you ain't invisible. You were just waiting on yourself to matter again. Clock started. Run. Ellis notarized it, locked the original in his safe, handed me copies in a plain manila envelope, and said, "Ev, Henry'd be proud as hell right now." I walked out of there lighter than I'd felt since the day Henry dropped dead in the barn. Didn't go home that night. Checked into the Desert Rose Motel of 35 where the neon cactus sign only half the letters work. Room smelled like cigarettes and hope. I slept 12 hours straight. First time since Henry died I didn't wake up reachin' for a body that wasn't there no more. Woke up hungry and mad and ready. 2 days later I moved myself out while David and Sarah were at work. Hired 2 college boys from Craigslist who didn't ask questions and worked for Dr. Pepper and $50 apiece. I took Henry's chair, the one with the permanent butt print from 40 years of readin' the paper in it. Took our wedding album. Took his navy cap with the faded anchor. Took Mama's quilt that still smelled faintly like her kitchen. Took the framed picture of the 3 of us from when David was 5 and still thought I hung the moon. Left everything else. Let him have the couch with the juice stains and the mattress me and Henry broke in proper. Let Sarah figure out where the Christmas decorations been hid since 2012. Left the keys on the counter with a note in my best Sunday school handwriting. Don't call. Don't come lookin'. I'm exactly where I wanna be. Love y'all anyway, from way away over here now. Mama. Drove west till the land turned gold and rollin', and the hills looked like God took a paintbrush and got happy. Found the place at 3 a.m. in that motel room, tears hittin' the keyboard while I typed, places for old broads who still got fight left. Sunset Meadows. Independent livin', with actual dignity. They gave me a corner unit on the 2nd floor. 2 bedrooms, big windows, little patio where the sunrise slaps me awake every mornin' like a promise kept. First mornin'. I sat out there sippin' coffee from a mug somebody else washed. I bawled like a baby. But they were the good tears, the kind that rinse the hurt clean out and leave room for something new. Made friends faster than a cold spreads in February. Clara next door got her house stolen by a son who forged her signature while she was in the hospital with pneumonia. Ruth across the courtyard ain't heard from her daughter since Obama's first term. Tom down the hall lost his wife to Alzheimer's and his kids to California and greed. We drink cheap wine on the patio Fridays, cuss like sailors, and tell the truth out loud because nobody here's tryin' to sell us nothin'. I joined everything. Garden club. Watercolor class. Bunko on Wednesdays. Even started a little group called Screw 'Em and Bloom Anyway. We laugh so hard the nurses threaten to call security. Some nights I still talk to Henry out loud. Tell him about the roses I planted. About how Clara burned her ex-daughter-in-law in effigy. Just a little Barbie doll, but it was therapeutic. About how the sunrise looks like peach preserves spilled across the sky. 6 months to the day after I signed those papers, Ellis mailed the notifications. Tuesday morning. Certified mail. Return receipt requested. My phone started blowing up like the 4th of July at a redneck weddin'. David called 22 times in one day. Left voicemails that went from, "Mom, what the hell is this?" to "At least leave us the back pasture. The kids planted tomatoes there one time in 2018. Sarah texted me a novel about how I was overreacting and emotionally unstable. And, "The kids are devastated, Evelyn, think of the grandchildren." I let every single one roll to voicemail, then blocked both numbers, poured myself a big o' sweet tea with extra lemon, and sat on my patio watchin' the sunset turn the sky the color of a ripe peach. Ain't answered yet. Don't plan to. These days I got a seat saved for me at the dinner table every night. And nobody sighs when I walk in the room. I paint messy watercolors that actually look like something, now. I lead yoga on Tuesdays. Chair yoga, but still I'm the one tellin' folks to breathe deep and let that crap go. I volunteer at the senior center downtown, helpin' other old gals figure out how to keep their own kids from stealin'. I'm blind. I've sat with women whose sons drained their bank accounts while they were in the hospital. Women whose daughters dropped them at nursing homes and never came back. I hold their hands and tell them my airport story and watch the light come back in their eyes when they realize they still get to choose what happens next. Silver Horizons broke ground on a new house last month. 12 units for women who got thrown away by their families. They named the garden after me. Evelyn's Bloom. I cut the ribbon with garden shears bigger than my head while a bunch of old broads cheered like we just won the lottery. Sometimes people ask if I miss him. I think about it honest. I miss the little boy who used to run to me when he skinned his knee. I miss the way David said, "Mama," when he was proud of something. I miss the idea of what I thought we were. But the people who left me at that airport, I don't miss them one damn bit. Because here's the thing nobody tells you when you're raising kids and sacrificing everything so they can have more than you ever did. Love ain't a blank check. And family ain't just blood. Family is who shows up, who stays, who sees you when you walk in the room and smiles like you're the best part of their day. Got that now? In spades. Some nights I still light a candle for Henry. Sit on my patio with my sweet tea and tell him about my day. About how the roses are bloomin' like crazy. About how Clara and me burned another Barbie last week. This one had Sarah's haircut. Then I lean in close to his picture and grin. They thought I'd beg, baby. Thought I'd chase that plane down the runway like some old dog they could whistle for when they wanted something. But guess what, love? I didn't just survive getting left at the airport. I upgraded myself to first class for the rest of my damn life. And darlin', the view from up here is something else. I blow out the candle, lock my door, and sleep like a woman who finally picked herself up off the curb and decided the story wasn't over. 'Cause it ain't. It's just getting good. You know, there comes a day, sometimes late, sometimes way too late, when you finally realize you can't keep living inside a story somebody else wrote for you. I spent years being told to hush, keep the peace, don't upset nobody. But one morning I woke up with this ache in my chest and this fire in my gut and I said, hell no. This ending? This ain't mine. And that's when it hit me. You got the right to rewrite your life, to rip up the old script, tear out the pages that cut you and start fresh. Even if your hands are shaking and your heart's breaking while you do it. And baby, that's exactly what I did. I built myself a brand new family. Piece by piece. Day by day. Not from blood. Blood ain't never guaranteed love. But from the folks who showed up with open arms and full hearts. People who didn't need a reason to stay. People who held my hand 'cause they wanted to, not 'cause it looked good. I made new memories, new laughs, new holidays that didn't end with me crying in the kitchen. I made a home where my name wasn't a burden, my voice wasn't an inconvenience, and my heart wasn't something people stepped on when they were bored. That's real family. Not assigned at birth. Chosen by soul. Cherished. Held tight. Kept close like a blessing you prayed for. And every night when I blow out that candle on my table, Lord, I feel it. That little tug in my chest. The good kind. The soft kind. The kind that whispers you made it out. I don't smile 'cause life turned perfect, I smile 'cause I finally chose me, after a lifetime of choosing everybody else. I don't owe a damn thing to the people who made me feel small. Not gratitude. Not forgiveness. Not one more tear. The only person I owe anything to is the woman who clawed her way back to herself. The woman who walked away with shaking knees but a straight spine. The woman who lit a match, tossed it on the lies, and watched them burn like they were finally telling the truth. I chose myself, I chose peace, I chose a family that never makes me feel like I'm waiting outside a locked gate hoping someone remembers I exist. And if this story made your chest squeeze, then let go. If it cracked your heart, then glued it back together. It's because you've lived some piece of this too. Maybe you've poured love into people who let it spill everywhere but back to you. Maybe you've stood outside someone's life knocking, hoping, begging, and all you got was silence. If that's you, baby, scoot closer, you're not alone. Not anymore. This is Grandma True Stories, where we don't whisper the pain, we speak it raw, we speak it loud, we speak it until it stops hitting. So if you believe dignity doesn't expire, if you believe kindness is strength, if you believe truth still matters, then don't just watch and scroll. Like this video. Subscribe to Grandma Vault and most of all, comment your thoughts below. Tell me your story. Tell me your truth. I'm listening. And so is the world. Because when a grandma finally speaks, everybody listens.